Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. I'd like us to go back again to the book of Proverbs, to one of those verses again nobody talks about. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23. He who guards his mouth and his tongue keeps himself from calamity. Let me read it to you again. He who guards his mouth and his tongue keeps himself from calamity. When we're young and foolish, we say everything we think. After we've suffered for that enough in life, we learn that there are times that we just keep our mouth shut. When I was a young man, I corrected everything that was wrong around me. And I quickly learned, it's not going to work. So I learned to speak when people want to listen. I learned to keep my mouth shut when people have already made up their minds. I learned that when people have no heart to learn and they've made up their minds about what they believe, keep your mouth shut. Just sit there. Let them talk. You don't have to agree with them, but there's no point in discussing with them. At some point or another in your life, you have to realize, as my mama would say, to zip your lip. You got to learn to zip your lip. You have to have the wisdom to know when to be quiet. Otherwise, you are always going to be in perpetual calamity. And you can blame everybody else for bringing the trouble to your life that you want, but bottom line is, all of this trouble is coming to your life because you didn't know how to shut up. Yes, you may have been right. Yes, you may have the truth. But you know what? Unless people are ready to receive it, there's no point in speaking it. So before you open your mouth the next time, ask yourself the question, do I really need to say this? Do these people really want to hear this? Will these people be open-hearted enough to listen to this truth? If not, learn to keep your mouth quiet. Learn to just, I'm not going to say anything. Just be quiet. Doesn't mean that you agree with them. In fact, you should tell people, no, I don't agree with this. Because otherwise they take your silence as agreement. But you don't have to sit there and debate with people. Learn to avoid a lot of calamity in life by learning to be quiet.